Hey, everybody. Hi. And today we are going to talk about how to get focused on one project and stay there without losing sight of your bigger goals. All right, so let's get started. Hey, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Cheryl Texera, and I am the owner of Boss Productivity Group and the founder of the Scrum Shop. And I hope you'll check out my workbooks at thescrumshop.com/workbooks. Okay. In the workbook this month, we are talking about work-life balance. And one of the ways to ensure that you can get some balance in your life and make sure you're not pouring too much of your time and energy into your business is to get focused. And so what I wanted to talk to you today about is how to stay focused on that one project, right? Because it can be really easy to get distracted by all the shiny objects that are out there, and partly just because, if a project starts taking too long, it can be easy to lose sight of why you're doing what you're doing, right? Why are you even doing this project? And so I wanted to go through some main points for you to help you to stay focused on that one project without losing sight of those bigger goals. Okay, so the first one is you want to visualize and make maybe draw a picture or create a diagram or something of your business of what it's going to look like in 5 years from now, right? 5 years, your business is running smoothly. You're doing all the things that you want to do. Maybe you're not as involved in every little step. Maybe you have virtual assistants by then so that you can have more free time and continue to be the visionary of your business, right? So think about that place in 5 years. What do you want your business to look like? What do you want the build out to be, the foundational pieces that you want in place? What are those? And when you look at that, then actually, it's not just about monetary goals, right? Because those monetary goals, if you want to make a financial goal like 10K a month or 20K a month or 50K a month or whatever it is, you need to have projects in place that are going to back up, that goal and actually make that goal happen. So having a project that is aligned with each one of those goals and each one of the pieces of your business, right? So if you have, a website that you want to have built, and you have a membership site that you want to have built, and you have maybe a lead generation system that you want to have created, maybe a few different lead generation flavors, right? Different ways of attracting leads, different ways of converting leads. All of those amount to projects. And so if you're working on a project, then it's important for you to think about what part of the plan is this project going to actually implement, right? Which part of your overall blueprint for your business is going to be achieved by completing this project. And then the next thing you want to do is to make sure that that you are always taking that moment at least once a week to look at your business from that high level. So think about this, when you're in the weeds every single day of working on all the details of your business, especially if you're working alone, it can be really, really tough, right? You're dealing with tech issues, and maybe you're dealing with copywriting problems, and you're starting to do research. You're doing research for yourself to maybe better your skills in copywriting or in some other skill deficit that you have. And it's easy to get sidetracked by looking at what everybody else is doing, right? And then you lose sight of why you're even doing the project that you're doing. So by looking at your business at that 10,000 foot view, so that you can see things from that high level, right? You're not in the weeds of project A, where later on in the day or whatever, after you're done looking at this high level, you're going to dive into those little details. But think about if you weren't doing all that detail work, if somebody else was doing that detail work for you, then you're going to just manage your projects at a high level, right? And that's what we forget to do when we're in the weeds all the time, right? Is we forget to manage our projects at that high level. What is the status of the entire project? How does this project fit into my big picture? How does this project help to make my goals happen? Those are the things that you want to continually remind yourself so that you remember what your mission is in the first place when you started that project. All right. And so that is really like the biggest thing that I see is the problem is, especially when projects start taking a long time, right? You're like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks into a project, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. It's really easy to lose that momentum and that excitement over the project. It starts getting mundane, and you start feeling discouraged and or bored or whatever the case may be. And maybe you might even start thinking that maybe you're not on the right course because you're stumbling, you're having trouble with something. It's not it's not maybe working out like you planned, or you're facing some obstacles, and you start doubting yourself. You start doubting that you are actually doing the right thing for your business. So at that time, when that happens, I want you to step back, look at your business from that high level. What's that 5-year plan? Where does this project fit in that 5-year plan? How does it fill the space, and how does it help you achieve that goal? And when you do that, things are going to be a lot better for you. So remember to be the CEO of your business. Remember to look at your business from that 10,000-foot view every single day, if you can, before you start working in the weeds of each one of your projects. And that will keep you more focused and keep you help you stay focused on getting the the tasks done on your project, because you are reminded of what that larger goal is and how these little tasks are going to help you complete this project. And that project is part of a goal, and that goal is part of your main blueprint of what you want your business to be like in 5 years. All right. I hope that helps. And, make sure that you grab my workbook. It's at thescrumshop.com/workbooks. There's a bunch of free workbooks there, but it's at the top right now until October when the new one comes out. But I hope that you'll like it. It's kind of a workbook. It gives you information on how focus, all those things that I'm talking about are in there, like focus and self-care and pace, and which we'll talk about next week, and balance we'll talk about the week after. And then it has a workbook section where you can actually do some thought work and some maybe journaling to help you to ensure that you are staying balanced, and that you're not sacrificing one thing to get another, because in the long run, you'll probably burn out. And it's okay temporarily if you're going to maybe work a little bit harder for a little while, but really the making sure that you stay focused on those goals. And then next week, we'll talk about pace, and that will help you to start thinking about how you want to pace yourself so that you don't burn out and you can still make and achieve your goals. All right. We'll see you guys in the comments. Bye.